Section cuts. So even if you're only doing floor plans, you're still going to want to use something called clipping sections. Well, you can do it however you want, but I'm going to show you what I think is an easy way, which is using a command called clipping sections. And so it's going to ask you to select what you want to clip, and that's everything. And then I'm going to hit enter. And so right now it's set to C-plane, which theoretically would be kind of the up and down, but unfortunately you can see, I'm going to go to a view that's easier to tell. I'm just going to go shaded. And so right now I'm not seeing the arrows up and down. That tells me it's going side to side. I don't want that, but I can always flip it later. You can also tell because of the way the plane is showing. So if I come down, let me see if I can get it to snap to something that's actually gonna be the correct orientation. Doesn't look like it. But you can see it's red if I'm not on anything. There we go. So now it's flat and you can see it's looking down. So I'm gonna say, as soon as I start touching my geometry, it changes orientation. I can rotate that later, so I'm just going to put one roughly on the first floor right now. It's going to get labeled section 00. I'm going to put another one roughly in my super narrow gap between my floor and my first bit of topography. And I'm going to do another one in between my stairs. And I can flip these later as well. So right now I'm just going to hit enter so that they all save. And so now you can see what's happening. This one, I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to come into properties. And you'll see all sorts of great information. I can decide which view it applies to. There's also a saved name view with this now. And I can flip the direction. So I want it to be from the front view, not the top view. And I want to flip the direction. And you can see now, that's not quite where oh, that's the wrong one I grabbed, okay. But that's all right. I wanted that to apply to section 2. So section 2, I'm going to make front. And I'm going to flip direction. And I'm going to flip direction again because I think now I'm looking in a funky way. Now I'm looking up. So that is my one and only that actually went up and down. Okay. So I'm going to have to change my plan here. So now my section 2, I'm going to flip to look down and I'm going to assign it to the top view only. No, I'll leave it the way it is. Now I'll see what this one is. I'm going to take it off of top. I'm going to come to a view where I can rotate this. So I'm trying to rotate this flat. So I'm going to hold shift and rotate 90 degrees. All right, and now let's see where it is in here. So now I just want to move this down. Somewhere in here. Now I'm not applying it to any of these spaces right now, but if I come in and I change my right view, and I go to named views. Set view, and so this is section 0. And now you can see I'm actually looking at the basement instead of the main floor. So section 1, I want to actually drag into the middle of this stairwell here. So I'm going to drag it right here. I'm going to say I want it in my front view. And I want to flip directions. And now I can see my stairs in the front view. So it's a little funky. It's definitely different than Revit, but it gives you a sense of what you can do. You could do them all at once. Then you can come and you can assign them to specific levels. So let's go ahead. If this one is section 00, I'll change this front one. I'll say set view to 01. So now I can see that. And we'll switch this one to set view 02. So now we have all 3 views, right? And they all kind of look okay. One of the things that's different here as well, I'm going to drag this over so it's easier to see, but in here there's this thing called section style. I'm going to shrink this a little. So let's say I want my walls to actually be pochade. So I can come in here to section style, and I can say I want it solid, and I could choose a color, and if I don't like these defaults, I could come into other, and I could pick this dark gray. Okay, okay, and now when I zoom in to my main walls on this level, you can see they've got that gray. Now my basement walls are totally different. So if I want to do my basement walls, where did I put those? I just put that on my basement level. Same thing. Click here. I can say solid. I could do a hatch if I wanted. I'm going to go with a solid, and this time I'll show you what black looks like. Click OK, and so now we have that super dark black. So be selective. Don't just go through every single one and say just because I'm cutting through I want to show it as black. I know we did that in 120. Just be a little more thoughtful as to how you want to show in your floor plans and what you want to show. Like maybe these structural beams get added. So think about it. And then if you wanted to hide these as a group, let me go to basement as my active, and then I could just hide them as a group. Or if I wanted to show the one going through the stairs but not the others, I could click on the ones I wanted to hide and just type hide. And so now the only thing I'm showing in this floor plan is my section cut that goes through the stairs and the direction it goes in. So remember, you're going to need 3 floor plans, one of them for the main floor like this, one of them for the basement, and then one that's your roof. So make sure that neither of your other section cuts are associated with your top view, or you're not going to see your roof. All right, that's it for using sections. I'll do a couple other short hit videos for tools that might be practical.